Hello guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's okay Golden. If you're joining us for the first time, you are highly welcome. If you have been here with us, thank you so much for staying with us. I truly appreciate you. I do not take it for granted at all. God bless you. So before we continue with this video, please do well to click on the subscribe button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel. Turn on your post notification buttons. Give this video a thumbs up. Just click on that like button to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends and your families. So in this video today, we are talking, why do people stay in toxic and miserable marriages? Now, this is a very, very sensitive topic, which I hold very dear to my heart. I see a lot of people in toxic and miserable marriages. And this is not me just saying it. This is a fact. And I wonder, why don't you just leave, for crying out loud? But then I realized that it is easier to judge from the outside. But the reality of things is much deeper than most people realize. People don't just stay in toxic and miserable marriages just because they enjoy suffering. They stay because they feel stuck. They are afraid, or they are convinced that living will be worse than staying. Now in this video, we are going to break all of this down. Number one, fear of the unknown. Living a marriage, especially a long one, feels like stepping into a tunnel where you don't see the end. You don't know where it will lead you to. And you begin to ask yourself, what if I never find love again? How will I be able to live and manage things on my own? And you ask yourself again, will I regret this decision? That fear of the unknown is enough reason to make anyone hold on and stay put in a toxic and miserable marriage. Some people stay just because they can't picture a different life or see how they can survive without that person in the picture. Number two, holding on to hope. This one is big. A lot of people stay because they believe that things will get better. Maybe the marriage wasn't always bad. Maybe their partner wasn't always this cruel, this wicked, this toxic. So they just hold on to the idea that if they just love harder or prayed more or just tried a little extra, that things would go back to how they used to be. But the harsh reality, many times, things don't get better, actually get worse. And that's because you cannot change a person. People are difficult to change. You cannot see a red flag before you get married and decide to walk into that marriage thinking that the person will stop whatever it was that was a red flag for you, or the person will change. No. That is a huge, huge mistake. As a matter of fact, that red flag that you saw before you got married, actually 80 to 90% of the time get worse. So if there's a red flag that you feel you can't take, that is a deal breaker, from the beginning, don't take it. Because if you take it and allow it and get into the marriage thinking that that person would change in a long or short run, you are making a huge mistake. They don't change. No, they don't. Number three, what will people say? Society is harsh, very harsh, especially when it comes to marriage. People would judge, people will shame you, people would gossip, and even blame the one who leaves, which is wrong on all levels. They will say things like, she couldn't keep her home He must have done something wrong. The constant pressure to appear okay and to keep up with the image of a happy family can be really suffocating. Some people stay in these toxic and miserable marriages just to avoid the whispers and side eyes from family members, from friends, and even church members. So when they go over their head over and over again about what people will say, how people will react, and all, some persons just decide, let me kukuma stay, let me just manage, let me just endure. That's the word. Let me just endure. They forget that marriage should not be endured, but enjoyed. How long will you continue to endure such toxic and miserable marriage? How long? Just exactly how long do you think you can endure for? Number 4, the kids. The kids. This one keeps a lot of people stuck in toxic and miserable marriages. Parents convince themselves that staying in this toxic and miserable marriage is the best thing for their children. They will say at least they will have both parents under one roof. But here is the painful truth. Kids who grow up in toxic homes suffer emotionally. Like, you have no idea the things that you put these children through when you keep them under such toxic and miserable environment. You mess up with their mental health. You turn them into something that they are not emotionally. They see the fight, the coldness, the distance, and the disrespect. And they learn that this is what love is supposed to look like. This is what love is all about. And it is wrong. It is wrong. And some of these kids even grow up and repeat the same circles from their parents. Staying for the kids often does more harm than good. If you know that you want to do what is right, what is good for your kids, then leave. Don't stay, because the disadvantage of staying outweighs the advantage of staying. So if you have to leave, please leave. And don't say you're staying because of the children, because you're not helping. It's not helping them at all. At all. Not in any way. Number 5, emotional manipulation and gaslighting. Toxic partners have a way of messing with your mind. They make you believe that you are the problem and that you are being unreasonable, when the reverse is the case. Make you believe that you are the one who is ruining the marriage, who is causing all the problems in the marriage. They make you doubt yourself until you start thinking, maybe I am the problem, or I am overreacting. Maybe I just need to try harder. And before you know it, you have lost yourself in the process. And then at that point, living becomes impossible. Number 6, money. Money, money, money. Let's be real. Financial dependence is a huge reason why people decide to stay back. If someone hasn't worked in years and doesn't have any savings or doesn't have any kids to support, living can feel like walking into poverty. This is one of the reasons why some people stay, hoping to figure out their finances before making a move. Number 7, religion and marriage is for better or for worse. Many people decide to stay in toxic and miserable marriages because they've been taught that marriage is for better or for worse. whatever happens, do not leave. They have been told that divorce is a sin and that leaving means that they have failed and disappointed God. They have been taught to pray harder and endure whatever it is, no matter what. Having faith is good. Hoping and having the faith, wishing and praying that things actually get better in your marriage is good. But when it is trapping you in a situation and in a condition that is destroying you, then you have to make that decision. Number 8, guilt and shame. Some people feel that they should be able to fix things, to sort things out, to talk through things, to the extent that even thinking about leaving, they feel guilty about thinking about leaving. And they'll begin to think to themselves, maybe I am not trying hard enough. Or maybe if I change, they will begin to treat me better. They begin to take the blame, even when they are the ones that are being mistreated. Number 9, fear of being alone. This is deep. Some people stay because they would rather be with someone, toxic even, than to be alone. They fear loneliness more than they fear the unhappiness that they are living in. They think to themselves, what if I never find anyone else? And so that fear now makes them decide to stay put in the toxic and miserable marriage. Settling for pain instead of taking a chance on themselves. Number 10, pressure from family and in-laws. Let's not even forget the family factor. Some families make it impossible to leave. They guilt trip you, they threaten you, and they even refuse to support you if you decide to get divorced. And in-laws might even interfere, making it look like living is selfish or unnecessary. Some persons feel like they'll be letting everyone down if they eventually decide to walk away and to leave the marriage. And so because of that, they continue to stay and endure. Number 11, survival mode. After many years in a toxic marriage, some people just decide to stop thinking about happiness altogether. At that point, they have given up. They just try to make it through each day. They numb themselves, they avoid fights, and then they accept their situation as normal. They don't even consider living because in their mind, this is just how life is. Number 12, fear of retaliation and abuse. For some people, living is not just difficult, but dangerous. If a marriage involves emotional, verbal, or physical abuse, leaving could mean putting themselves at risk. Abusive partners don't let go easily. They threaten, they abuse, they stalk, and even harm their spouse if they try to leave. It's that bad. So some people stay not just because they want to, but because it feels safer than the alternative. So for anyone that finds him or herself in this situation, the first step is recognizing what is keeping you stuck in that toxic and miserable marriage. And then little by little, you'll find the strength, the support, and the resources that you need to actually walk away. Because life after a toxic marriage is not just about survival. It's about freedom, peace, and finally choosing happiness. So it's either you leave that toxic and miserable marriage and find peace, happiness, and true joy, or you stay and regret it for the rest of your life. The choice is yours. Alright guys, we have come to the end of this video. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, turn your post notification button so that you'll be notified every time I post a new video. Give this video a thumbs up. Just click on that like button to give this video a thumbs up. Share this video with your friends, and your family. Let me know what your thoughts are about this topic in the comment section, because this is a topic that should be talked about. Let me know what your thoughts are down in the comment section. Bye for now, and I'll see you in my next video.